Hi, everybody. This is another Tips for Mortgages New to Canada edition. I'm Jaden Bax from Avenue Financial in Calgary, joined as always by my good buddy and my cousin, Mike Parkinson from DLC out on Vancouver Island. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jay?
Loving life couldn't be better, buddy. Excited to
It's
talk to
awesome.
everybody today. We've over the last several weeks have been going over the three pillars of mortgage lending, which
Yeah.
was credit, debt, and now we're on to income, which is the one that's probably the simplest, but there's a lot of different variations of it. So, wanted to dive right into it. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of the easiest way, and we've talked about the ability coming to Canada to get a mortgage within 90 days of working here, and so the two ways that you would be able to do that is if you came over in either a salaried position. So that means that no matter how much you work, you're going to get $90,000 a year, 120 or 50, whatever that
Yep.
number is, and you know that on a weekly basis you're getting that consistent income. That would be one of the ways to be able to buy your house as soon as possible. The other way would be to have what we call a guaranteed hourly position. And so that's where you say, Mike is working for $40 an hour. He's guaranteed 40 hours a week. That means that over the year, he's going to work 2,080 hours. And so we take that 40, multiply it by 2,080, and we have the yearly income for that person. And so because those are both guaranteed income and we know that that person is guaranteed to get that income, we can do that within 3 months of them being here. And so it's a really, really simple way. You come here, you've got a job. If you've got a job lined up when you come here already, you have all of this stuff worked out. You know that you can start house hunting because within 3 months we can look at it. But there's other kinds of income that might push things back and change your timeline for home shopping a little bit. And Mike's going to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, Jay. That's if you don't have that guaranteed salary, your guaranteed income. Then you're looking at if you're like people that are maybe self-employed, they start a business, or casual. If you come over here and you have casual work, casual means that you're not guaranteed. Even if you're, I get so many people that say, "Well, I'm working full-time hours." Well, yeah, unless you can get an employment letter to state that you're guaranteed, like Jaden just said. That's called casual. We'll need a 2-year average for that, 2-year average for self-employed. You could be a contractor, and a lot of people do get confused a little bit about this and say that I work full-time for this company, but I'm a contractor. So that still means that you're self-employed. So lenders are going to typically want to see a 2-year average from that. And yeah, it's the same thing with mortgages everywhere, right? So you'll pretty much need a 2-year average. So it's a lot different. So depending on what you're doing for work, it could change with how soon you can buy.
Absolutely, and there's people that we see every day, and maybe more me in Alberta with some of the oil and gas guys, but
Yep.
a significant portion of their income comes from bonuses at the end of the year, or overtime that they've worked throughout the year, and so they come to me after 1 year and say, I made $130,000 this year. And I said, well, that's great. And we start the application and then start collecting documents, and I go back to their job letter, and it says, their guaranteed hours are about $80,000 worth of, and unfortunately in that case, all you can say to them is, come back and see me next year, buddy, when you do
Yeah,
that
that's
extra
right.
$50,000 again, right? So really, it's so dependent on what you're doing and what kind of industry you enter in when you come here. And the golden goose really is, I have a friend who is considering relocating from Germany to Calgary, and so he works for the parent company of Skip the Dishes on the tech side,
Yep.
and is considering relocating to Calgary with Skip the Dishes sometime in 2023. Because it's a corporate relocation of a big well-known company, that person could buy a house the moment that they have a pay stub
Yeah.
from their time in Canada. The moment that they enter Canada, they're eligible to buy a home. So I guess the point of what we're talking about today is just really, when you get that job offer, if you're talking to us before you've come to Canada and you're just arriving, have a chat with Mike or I about what that job offer looks like, and how that's going to affect your home buying going forward, because it really helps us put a plan into place to know if you want to be trying to buy in 3 months, or if we can slow play this over 2 years and really make sure that you're ready when it's time to buy a house.
Well, and getting back to the what you talked about, Jay, about the bonus and overtime. many times a 2-year average will benefit you huge, right? So some people just may want to wait anyways, and because that $80,000, isn't going to buy you much compared to the $130,000. So it's just getting a plan in place and getting everything organized ahead of time, and it'll make the buying experience so much better. That's what I find with most people anyway. So that's why we're really, try to do our due diligence and collect all the documents up front and have those conversations now, so to make it easier
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you have any friends, family, or yourself who has immigrated to Canada within the last 5 years, or is planning on immigrating within the next couple of years, give us a call. Our numbers are below. Easy to find us on Facebook
Yeah.
and our websites and everything like that, and Google. We're always happy to have a chat and help you make the Canadian home ownership dream a reality.
And we're
So
super
yeah,
nice guys. We're fun to chat with.
that's great. Yeah, we'll make a good first impression if we're the first Canadians you're
That's right.
meeting.
That's
So
right.
thanks for taking the time again today, Mike, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jay.
Okay, thanks, bud. Bye.
See ya.